we are Lars with Latitude. I'm Mel.
I'm Luke.
And we are a family of 6, now down to 5 because our oldest has moved out of the RV. So we started RVing in 2016. We are coming on year 7. We have had this RV the entire time we've been traveling. So today we want to give you a tour.
This is a Heartland Torque 380. It's a 2015 model, so we've had it for quite some time. She's definitely starting to show her age, but you know, it's holding up great, and we couldn't be more happy with the RV. So
come on inside. Let's go. Hi, welcome to our home on wheels. So we call this the kitchen and living room. This is where our family spends most of our time together, and we love that it has a big double slide on both sides, so it really opens up the space. Luke's gonna go over the kitchen and show you everything that's inside.
all right, so this is the kitchen area. Probably one of the most heavily modified areas of the home because we spend most of our time here. We like to cook, and obviously we don't have a dishwasher, so we're gonna be doing dishes here as well. The countertop we didn't do any modifications to, but we did put a new kitchen faucet to make it look more residential because again, we're living here full time. And also you notice a little other water faucet. That's actually our RO system. So we did an under the counter RO system. I think it's like 5 or 7 filters, I don't remember. But that's how we can get clean, fresh water everywhere we go, including Mexico. Sticking right here, and we're gonna flow around. Up top, it came with some 2015 pendant lights. I don't know what they were. I'm sure we're gonna have a video of the old footage somewhere in here. We modified these to the IKEA. Really cool project is you can actually get any 120 volts. So any pendant light that was for a home that's 120 volt, you can make that into a 12 volt system easily by these bulbs. So they fit into 120 sockets. Yeah, loosen it up. So just like a socket at home, but these are actually 12 volt. So that was a pretty cool upgrade. Coming over here now is our dishes, a little bit of pantry area. So before, this was kind of like a rounded curve and more decorative in nature than anything. We've modified this area heavily. Obviously we got the spice racks from IKEA that we mounted with cute little mason jars. We added this whole cabinet. So this is where we're keeping our bowls and plates and our cups and a little bit of pantry items up here. But my favorite part of this drawer is the espresso maker section. So we got the espresso maker, the bean grinder, and then all the accessories that go with that. So this is my favorite part, and that can get pulled out so you can do your thing. And then when you're done making coffee, shut it. So over here, we just got new appliances from RecPro, which was huge. We've been in an RV for almost 7 years, and these things aren't made to live full time. So we beat these appliances up. We used to have one of those small little microwaves that wasn't doing a whole lot, wasn't convection, it was just small little regular microwave. That went out finally. And then our stove, everything was wrong with our stove. It wouldn't light, it was too hard to light the oven, it was a mess. But we upgraded via RecPro, thank you RecPro, and now we have a huge convection oven that's gigantic. And now we can cook on our Friday night pizza nights, we can cook pizza in here, and it's great. And then the oven down below, this is way nicer. Everything works on it, which sounds funny, but it's a huge deal for us that everything just works. So I really appreciate that. And the oven is like 4 inches deeper. So we modified the area to have a bigger oven. Below the oven, there's a drawer that we keep the pots and pans in. All right, now we're to the fridge area. This RV, you know, it was basic. It was just the standard model of a toy hauler. So it came with one of those small little refrigerators that was a propane and 12 volt. And then right next to it, it had a pantry area. Well, we did the measurements and it worked. So we ripped out everything and then put in a full-size residential refrigerator. And this is huge for us because, again, before our oldest left, it was 6 people in this RV. So we had to have plenty of food, and we try to cook and not eat out as much. We do eat out, though. So coming over to this section, I think we call it our love seat section. But it's really great. We modified it, just like most of our things in our RV. So up top is a nice big pantry. This is authentically, I think, our pantry now. It used to be like half as wide and half as tall. So we ripped that out and build new cabinetry with these nice little pistons in them. So we keep most of our pantry items in here, and it shuts nicely. Then down below, we have a love seat from Home Reserve. So Home Reserve is a great option if you're just wanting to pick up some furniture. You put it together yourself. They have excellent warranty on their furniture, so if a piece goes bad inside of it, you call them up, they'll ship you new pieces for the furniture. But yeah, you just put it all together. And then the fabric is, we upgraded on the fabric because we have pets and we have kids that spill things. So they have a stain resistant fabric that you can put on there. Throughout the RV, you're gonna see these bamboo blinds. They're actually blackout bamboo blinds, which is hard to find. But on yellow blinds on Amazon, it's called yellow blinds. I know it's weird, but the manufacturer is called Yellow Blinds, and they have the blackout bamboo shades. So that's great for all of our window treatments that you're gonna see out throughout the tour.
All right, so we have also modified this part of our living room heavily. Actually, most of our RV has been modified, every single section, just to fit our family's needs, because we wanted this place to feel like a home, because it is our home. We don't even have a storage unit anywhere. So everything we own is here, including our bookshelf. I think whenever we had a house, we had like 6 bookcases full of books. So this is very narrowed down, but it's still a lot compared to a lot of RVers. Luke took out a bunch of cabinets that were originally here. The TV actually used to be right here. There were cabinets on top, cabinets on bottom. He took all of those out so that we could have an electric fireplace. We can move the TV up and make the books the center focus of our living room. Then you're coming over here. We did not bring the cabinet all the way over, because the electrical outlets and all of the things that we need to control the RV were actually right here originally in the cabinet, and he moved it over to the side, and now we have a nice place to put a plant in front of it, and this is actually where we put our pencil Christmas tree at Christmas time. And this is our other control panel right here. Here we have our thermostat, which everyone has a normal thermostat, but we also have a thermostat that goes down into our underbelly, which is super helpful when we're in places with cold climates. We're currently mooch docking in Illinois with our family, and it got really cold with the big freeze storm that just came through. So having something that tells you the temperature inside and also underneath where your tanks and your water lines are is super helpful as well. These stairs didn't used to look like this. They used to be carpeted and round, but Luke completely tore them out, and he built them to store shoes. And actually the back one goes all the way down to the floor, so it's super deep, and then the front one is shorter. That is super helpful right next to the front door, so that when the kids take their shoes off, even if they forget to put them in there, it's easy for me to just plop them in. Okay, so we also installed dimmer switches so that the lighting, I don't really like really bright, harsh lights, so we can turn our lights down here in the living room over the sink and also throughout the main living area. And we also installed a endless hot water heater after RVing for a year or two and being tired of those quick 5 or 10 minute showers. So that's really nice, especially when we're parked at a campground, because we can I have a bathtub, I can fill it all the way up and soak, or take a long hot shower. Another thing we really like about this RV is that when the slides all come in, this door, you can still walk up the stairs and enter our bathroom. So on travel days, we don't have to use the gas station bathrooms. We can just run in the RV and use the restroom. So that's super helpful. All right, we're gonna head over to the rest of the living room. I just wanted to stop and show you that we keep our pet leashes right here by the front door, and a little basket with headlamps and dog bags. So that's nice and conveniently located. And then also our national park map where we track all of our national parks.
This is one of the main reasons we got this RV is all these beautiful big windows. The scenery is not so great as we're mooch docking right now, but these windows are awesome, especially when we're camping in our epic places. But anyway, coming over here to where we eat at, the kitchen table. So, of course, this RV didn't come with any kitchen table whatsoever. It had those holes in the ground that you're supposed to put a little table by your big comfy ottoman chair. Well, we ripped them all out and went for a table and chairs and a sofa. So we had lots of different versions, and this is our final version right now. Is a simple craft board from Home Depot. Then we had these hairpin legs on every corner, and it made for a great lightweight table. You know, on paper, made for a great table, but it was always swaying back and forth. It was always shaky. So actually, in our last visit to Mexico, we had those hairpin legs all welded together, each set welded together to make a column, and then we bolted, screwed that to the floor and the table, plus added some support on the wall. That worked so great. That makes a really great area. Plenty of room for the legs. Coming over here, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but the corner cabinets do keep our craft supplies on this one. And in that corner, that's Josie's little cabinet that she keeps all her personal items in. That brings us to the day bed. So this is a pretty neat idea of Melissa's to, you know, have an extra bed, but actually have a sofa and storage. So we developed this idea of having a twin bed. It's on a platform that we can actually raise up and have storage underneath. Probably going to put this in all of our RVs in the future. We actually had this set pretty tall. So as we close it, we're actually looking out the windows. So doubling back to this day bed, it's a pretty simple frame that we built in here. And again, with some large pistons right here that keep the bed raised up. And we keep all of our winter clothes and Christmas items, including a dehumidifier back in here. In this section over here, this is where we keep all the pet supplies. So the kitty litter, the dog food, anything else for the pets. And we separated that with a wall. So a third of it's the pet stuff with a wall between all of our storage, which I think is a pretty good deal. So when we close that, the kitty and we have access immediately to everything underneath here. Ideally, we should have a little curtain there. I think it was always on the list. We just never got around to it. So I'm just going to keep going because I am really proud of this area. This you'll see is the door to our back room, and then another door right here. So this used to all be one of those sliding patio doors, glasses, both sections. It was huge, and there was no storage. We decided to build a cabinet, delete all that system, and build a cabinet in the back. We're going to show you. And then phase 2, we actually modified the area more where we put this door on and then actually built another little storage area. We're always looking for little nooks and crannies for storage. Here we keep a lot of the pantry items, including Melissa's kombucha material, a section for all the vacuum accessories and steam cleaner accessories, plus a lot of food related items. So our Ninja, our KitchenAid, and a lot of the, you know, other little components for the kitchen. All right, so we'll shut that. Then coming over here, this was just a blank little wall, and I was looking at a lot of models and just knowing RVs in general that this little area up here is typically a loft area. So I knew that was probably some room here for a ladder. And sure enough, we pulled the wall back and there is like a gap. So what we did, instead of putting a ladder that goes up, we just added a few simple shelves with some scrap wood and built shelving in here. This is an old trick for houses too. So you can cut out some drywall. Behind there's some 2x4s, and then you just add the material to make shelves in it. So I use that idea over here, and that's where we keep a lot of the canned goods. Instead of using other lumber for the door material, we use the chalkboard / whiteboards that you can find at Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever. And that worked pretty good as the inserts for the doors. So that we have a chalkboard, and then we have the whiteboard on the other side, which is working out really great. Also, how we're keeping all these doors and closed, especially during travel, is little magnets. So again, we're using Amazon for everything, and we just found some rare earth magnets, some long ones, some circle ones you'll see. Super strong. Hopefully you can hear that besides the squeaky hinge. But when it snaps shut, it snaps shut. That's great. Above here, again, the RV had a loft on top above here that was open, completely open. We closed that with this cabinet, and we actually added another door. And we get access to this up top, this whole area. It's kind of loaded down right now, but we put a piston on that. And again, that stays shut. We haven't had a problem with it. We're in travel. All right, we're getting ready to go to the back room, but before we went in there, we wanted to show you something. So there was this little cabinet right here that we put a lot of things in. I think at first we were putting the KitchenAid mixer in, but now we started using it for our vacuum and our steam cleaner. And this cabinet works out really great because A, it fits everything perfect, and then it's right behind an outlet, so I was able to fish the electrical line from the outlet into this little cabinet, so every time we put the vacuum away, it's charging. And then a steam cleaner. We didn't think we really need a steam cleaner for full-time RV living. Yes, you do. You know, once we got this steam cleaner, it's been great. We were able to clean everything. We were able to clean little spots in our RV that we haven't been able to clean before, so definitely a big upgrade.
All right, come on into the master bedroom / extra living room. This serves as our second living room during the day. This used to be the kids' room. That's why we bought a toy hauler, because the garage would be so versatile and we could fit different age kids in here and kind of modify things as we see fit. We've always liked to DIY things even when we lived in a house. That's why the toy hauler appealed to us initially. Little did we know, after living in it for about 4 years and kids growing and moving out, when our oldest moved out, we decided to switch and put the kids in the master and move the parents' bedroom back here, which up here is the parents' bedroom. During the day, now we have this extra added living room for people to hang out and have a quiet space. So I can come back here and do puzzles, or me and one of my kids can be reading on the couch. It's really nice whenever we're out west and we can put the back down and have gorgeous views and just really enjoy this RV life to its fullest without it getting so tight and cramped and loud, which sometimes happens. So having this extra space has been great. We went to IKEA and got this really nice dresser, and on this side is Luke's clothes, on this side is my clothes, and the top 2 drawers are actually for electronics. So the kids put all their electronics in here, and Luke and I put our electronics and camera gear and stuff in this drawer to charge. We have a nature tray, and then over here we have a couch. Under the couch and kind of back here are containers that store the kids' Legos, blocks, magnetiles, those sort of things. Okay, so now you're at the back, very back of the RV. This is still the same back bedroom and second living room. But anyway, this used to be a shelf going across the top. Luke built cabinets. We wanted a space that we could really store some extra stuff and then not have it fall off whenever we were driving. When it was a shelf, we put some like netting in front of it. Nothing really worked that great. So the cabinets can lift up. They all have little locks on them. And then we have baskets. of extra, all kinds of extra stuff up there. Actually, our blow up paddle boards are stored back in here as well. We even have extra bags and things like that up here. Okay, so we actually built this closet to store our clothes. So we have a hanging place for clothes and dresses, and then we have extra baskets down here to store extra sheets and bedding and shoes. Okay, so we also like to have hooks everywhere to hang things. It's a small space and we need an easy place to take our sweater off or our jacket or my purse for that matter and just hang it up. So we have a hook right here for my purse. And then over here behind the door, we installed these 4 knobs so that we easily have another place to hang things. And it's nice because you can open the door. Luke put a magnet on the back and it still stays open and you don't have to see all the things hanging there, which is kind of nice because in RV life, sometimes you're putting hooks in random places and everything just looks a mess because there's no spot for it. So we've had to be really creative about where we put hooks. This used to be a really dark bathroom closet. It's just a half bath, but it's really nice that we were able to have a space that's kind of away from the kids and in our own space. So it's just a toilet. We modified everything, put in new sinks, shelves. The only thing original is the cabinets. So now we're coming back through the main living room. We want to show you what the full bath looks like. All right, so welcome to our full bathroom. We actually have a bathtub in here, and it's really nice because I can actually lay down and submerge myself. A lot of the RV bathtubs are still pretty shallow. We actually have an upgraded shower head, one that we can adjust the pressure as needed. We have this nice shelf to store towels, and everything here is just original. We really haven't modified this room yet, so this is definitely on the list. Maybe we'll put a backsplash up or something, but all the cabinets have served us very well. One thing I do want to talk about is these IKEA towel racks. We have them on both sides of our tub, because whenever we come back from swimming at the pool, the kids can come in here and hang their swimming suits up or their wet towels right under the skylight and they dry really quickly. And then whenever everything's dry, they can take it and put it away, or we can just hang it back up in here.
We're going to show you the kids' room. Come on. This is the kids' room. It used to be our room. Before we did the big switch. Obviously, let's talk about the bed. That's the biggest thing. So the platform used to be our bed. When we did this, I kind of figured out each kid will have so much room. Everybody was good with it. So we executed and basically rebuilt the whole bed system using some larger dimensional lumber. Added a little bit of weight for sure, but it's very sturdy, very sturdy. So we got the kids' bed up top. We cut an angle out up here so that way the kids can get in and out of their bed easier on top. And then down low, instead of doing a whole queen bed, every kid had a twin-sized bed, so that way everybody has their own little storage area. They can have all their stuff over here in the corner down here, and then all the other kid could have, their storage up here. Then we modified the doors on this side because they came with like that mirror finish, that mirror inset for the door, and those are always breaking all the time. So we went with a sliding door, and now each kid has their own little closet area. This is Cohen's area. He does a good job of keeping it nice and organized, and Josie's is on the other side. So that works really well for us. And again, that's just a simple track system. And then behind this is the washer and dryer. A lot of time RVs, they really push those RV washer and dryer. We went with the apartment size, we say full size, apartment size washer and dryer system. So that way we can do a lot more laundry and we can do them fast because there's not a dry cycle. We can wash, throw it in the dryer instead of it washing and dry it all in the same unit. And significantly cheaper to do it this way as well. They're pretty light. So great little washer. And then the dryer, the scratch and dip place where we picked this up, This was the guy's actual workbench. So that's why it looks a little beaten up and old. But trust me, it works 100% of the time. This is like one of our first purchases, and we were nervous about it. And it was super cheap. It was like 50 bucks. This is one of our best purchases. Nothing good to look at, but it works all the time, and it's great. Up here is the little cabinet full of other kids' stuff, board games, and toys, whatnot. That goes all the way. That's pretty deep. And then down here, we didn't modify it. Just every kid gets their own little drawer. Rory's drawers are over here. And then we got board games up here, and then a lot of other little card games that we modify to put in little pencil bags. That works great. That's a little RV hack for everybody. I think these little bags are like $1 at the Dollar General or whatever. But they keep all your cards. We got Uno, we got Exploding Kittens. We even got the whole Monopoly set here. I think the board's down below it. So that's a great little RV hack. I think that should be it.
Thanks guys for coming along and taking a tour on our RV. We hope that you liked it. Please let us know what you think.
Yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Plus hit that little bell because we're going to be pushing out a lot more content. We have 7 years of backlog of footage with our RV lifestyle, plus a lot more of this RV. So make sure you do that. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.